So want to explain what the 4 Ps are?
Yeah, so the 4 Ps are peace, profit, purpose, and passion.
And I want you to add on, because David and our whole crew, our biggest thing was the 4 Ps. And something that you stressed a lot to me, even though it's Dave's model on what the 4 Ps are. And I want you to explain to everyone what the 4 Ps are and how they actually change your life, what being a student of your calendar is.
Yeah.
Because that is something that it is basically a day in your life.
Yeah.
So want to explain what the 4 Ps are?
Yeah, so the 4 Ps are peace, profit, purpose, and passion, right? And the dogs are very passionate about this, apparently. So it's peace, profit, purpose, and passion. Those are the 4 things that I spend my time on, right? If it's outside of that, guess what? I'm not going to spend much of my time. This being on this podcast is part of my purpose and my passion, right? So it's to look at all the things that you do within a day, right? And run them through your values. See how much of them are aligned with what your values are. And that's the biggest thing I can take away from Dave and Ed and everyone that I've worked around is understand your values, right? There's your core values, right? What do you live by? And for Dave, the core fundamental values are 4 values, which are gratitude, empathy, accountability, and inspiration, right? And those are the 4 that you have to learn, right? Gratitude gives you perspective. It makes your past good, your present better, and your future brighter. Empathy allows you to have peace, right? Forgiving yourself for the lessons you haven't learned as well as the lessons you've forgotten, right? Accountability gives you control. Accountability by asking 2 questions. How did I attract this myself, and what am I supposed to learn from it? And then inspiration is simply a reminder that you were always connected to the highest form of light, love, and lessons. Right? So those are the values I go through every day. And then you have 4 other values that I take daily values. And this is something I do literally in the shower every day. Like you guys will think I'm crazy, but I go through personal values, right? My personal values, my experiential values, what do I want to experience, right? My giving values and my receiving values, right? What do I want to give to the world and what do I want to receive for it, right? And then the personal is just like health first. Health has to come first because if you can't live a long life, how do you expect to help others, right? So that's just understanding your values, understanding what do you want to give to the world. Like our podcast, we don't look for it for money. And I guarantee you, if we ever got a deal from Spotify, like we would just try to give that money away. I'm not kidding. Like we don't look to the podcast to make money. Like if we got $100 million deal, we would find out how to give that away.
I don't think I've made 1 dime off of this. I've probably gone negative for buying too much things that will make this happen.
That's how it happens. But look, it allows you to do this for other people that listen on this. What if it's that younger kid that's been looking for the inspiration, or that has a few friends that said, oh dude, stop, that's never gonna work, and you just changed their life without even knowing it, right? For amount of times, like we have people in Europe, we have people in the UK that listen to our podcast, and it's kind of insane to think like we have all these people that actually look and support us and talk about how they just listen and they just feel like they're our friends, and it like we're just those millennials, and we're very transparent on, hey, we're in 2 different industries, just entrepreneurs trying to make it. Laugh at our mistakes. Like we don't really care. We're not trying to be something we're not, so it's just that's just how you have to look at it. And that's way off of your question of the calendar and everything, but at the end of the day, the calendar too, it's just, I'll end off with this, is the power of 64. Right. It's how Dave works 64 hours of productivity in a day. Right. He became a millionaire 9 months out of law school, and everyone praised him. Oh, you're so great. You're all this and that. Right. And he's like, what are you talking about? The amount of hours I worked in productivity that I put in, I really worked 10 years in 9 months. Because I just worked at 3 times faster than you guys. So your goals are not as far as you think. You can just find out how to make your 10-year goals happen in 6 months, really. And it just goes by studying, right, the efficiency in your calendar. Right? How efficient can you get, right? 4 minutes a day is 24 hours a year. Imagine if you can save an hour a day, right? The math just adds up. So at that point,
put your technology down, people, and get to work.
Exactly. Those 45 minutes a day scrolling, and I know you guys all have your screen time, so it's probably more than that, right? On TikTok and Instagram, imagine what you could save and add up that time, and you will be surprised, right? So it starts with that, the efficiency, the statistical success of how successful are you in every single endeavor? And that's more so the execution phase of how well are you executing. And then lastly is working twice as many hours. Like people usually put in about 8 hours a day, and if they're at their jobs, they're maybe putting 4 to 5 hours. The rest of it is kind of like lollygagging, you know, I'm going to go to the restroom twice and I got 30 minutes left. So like, I'm just going to pretend for the, you know,
after 2 o'clock nap time, after lunch.
Yep, exactly. And so when we look at our calendars, we try to schedule at least 16 hours a day of productivity. Like this still counts as productivity. My morning workout counts as productivity. It's all things that are pushing me towards the things I value, the things I want in my future. In order to be there, you have to start acting like it now. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to act like a millionaire now. All the habits, all the mindset, all the mentality, everything behind it. Start now, and then everything else will eventually begin to evolve.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's my rant on that.